Thank you. It's great to be back with you here at my, even though I'm choking, at my college home in Williamsburg. I have many special memories of this place, and I'm incredibly honored to receive this recognition. Being with you here today is coming full circle, back to my academic roots and to the place where my journey as a planetary scientist began. I'm reflecting on all of the times I sat in this very hall, just like you. It was here that I came as a freshman, full of enthusiasm and eager to learn, to register for classes. I know I'm dating myself, but we actually had to do it in person back then with cards. I know you guys don't know what those things are. My 4 years here were an amazing journey that's shaped my life on so many levels. I met my husband, Tim, here. I also made lifelong friendships during my time here, which I cherish to this day. 2 of my children graduated from William & Mary, and my nephew is currently a student here. William & Mary was and continues to be part of the fabric of my life. My undergraduate experience cemented my love of geology, but more importantly, it nurtured and continued to ignite my love of learning. From professors like Steve Clement and Jerry Johnson, who always had time for me, to English and art history classes that taught me to write and look deeper for meaning. I learned more about myself as a person. I learned how to be a researcher, a questioner, and even a singer of silly sorority songs. I did not imagine back then that I would be here before you today. I'm honored and humbled to receive this honorary degree on this special day. Because Charter Day is really my favorite William & Mary event, and it all revolves around the phrase, "in all time coming." To me, it represents the timelessness of this place, that every generation has and will receive an exemplary education, will give back to their country, community, and alma mater, will trip on the brick sidewalks, and will be a member of the tribe in all time coming. I hope that all of you here today will feel the same way, for an institution only thrives if those who love it cherish it and give back with time and treasure. While William & Mary shall be for all time coming, it is not a static place. It grows and becomes better with each passing year because of those who came before us, those who are here today, and those who will make their mark in the future. An institution relies on its faculty to teach and inspire, but it's the students and the alumni who are the heart and soul. Take this day to celebrate those who had a vision centuries ago of a place of learning in the Virginia colony, who understood the importance of creating a research university, a place where students could go to be challenged and to challenge, and then go out and change the world. William & Mary is the alma mater of a nation, not only because of the founding fathers who attended, but because of all who've gone on to lead this great nation and to make contributions in their respective fields. I have the good fortune of working at an institution that is also much larger than all of us who work there. NASA's brand is one of the most recognized around the world. For so many, we represent the most powerful aspects of humankind, the wish to explore beyond the horizon. Last summer, we flew a spacecraft past Pluto after a lonely 9.5-year journey. The feeling at the flyby was electrifying. NASA received congratulatory messages from all over the world. People not only fell in love with Pluto's heart, they shared that with all the strife in the world, the mission inspired them and showed them what humankind is capable of achieving. NASA now has our sights on a journey to Mars, fulfilling the President's goal of sending humans to the red planet and safely returning them in the 2030s. This isn't just the subject of science fiction, it's real, and NASA is on it. Just last fall, we announced evidence of liquid water on the surface of present-day Mars. In our lifetimes, NASA and its partners hope to answer some of our most fundamental questions about life beyond Earth. Does Mars harbor microbial life today? Was there life on the red planet billions of years ago? What can Mars teach us about Earth's past, present, and future? And could Mars one day be a safe home for humans? The students here today at William & Mary are among the Mars generation. One of you in this room could be among the first humans to set foot on Mars in all time coming. NASA is not only tasked with scientific space discovery and exploration. We're working with scientists worldwide to better understand the dramatic and concerning changes happening to our home planet because of climate change. These are some of the toughest questions facing us today: how Earth is changing and how our planet could change in the future, and how humanity can cope with and overcome these changes. From rising sea levels and record temperatures to the availability of fresh water, NASA is helping to unravel the complexities of our planet from its core to the highest reaches of its atmosphere. What we learn about the other planets in our solar system, such as Venus and Mars, provide vital clues about processes at work here on Earth. We are using NASA data to help make countries around the world more resilient to the effects of climate change, including severe weather events and drought already happening today. There are those who say, why should we fund space exploration when we have potholes to fill? Of course, I believe in safe roads, and NASA is responsible for a great deal of highway safety research, but we also continue to reach for the stars. It's too simplistic to make this about potholes versus black holes. It's like saying, why do we need electricity when we have fire? NASA isn't just about space exploration and humans on Mars. We're about making life better here at home through endeavoring to do great and challenging things. NASA's not just about Tang, for those old enough to remember that not-so-tasty space drink. There are many examples of things in our day-to-day lives that came about as a result of technologies sponsored by NASA. It was just a couple of weeks ago that our area was blasted by a monster snowstorm, dubbed Snowzilla by the Washington Post. Forecasters utilizing NASA technology and data nailed this particular storm, its timing, its path, and the amount of accumulation. That allowed people to make plans well in advance, minimizing risk. NASA has 19 current orbiting missions that observe Earth. In the last 2 decades, we've made great progress to help researchers understand the global impacts of El Nino and human-based carbon emissions. NASA research has also led to improvements in GPS technology, water purification, drone research, anti-icing systems, artificial limbs, better software, food safety. We're even growing lettuce in space. And the list goes on. By going to the moon, working every day on the International Space Station, moving humans towards Mars, we improve life here on Earth. One of the things I treasure most about my years at William & Mary and now my time at NASA is that the focus is on understanding the unknown. As humans, we're innately curious. With our new James Webb Space Telescope that launches in 2018, we'll be able to look almost as far back as the Big Bang. Our Kepler Space Telescope has identified thousands of planets revolving around other stars. What are the origins of the universe? What lies ahead for humankind? Instead of stifling the curiosity that has propelled us to where we are today and led to technological innovations too numerous to count, we should celebrate it and invest in it. It's our future. Yes, we can fill potholes and send a spacecraft to Pluto. As I mentioned, we have significant challenges ahead, such as addressing climate change and putting humans on Mars. For this, it's all hands on deck. So recently, I saw a quote from a very senior judicial official. Why do we need diversity in physics classes? The answer is simple. Because science is for everyone. Because we need all the brain power we can get. Because relying on less than all of your population is no way to get anything done. Diversity brings different ways of looking at and solving problems. I'm not talking about diversity for diversity's sake. By casting a wider net, we invite more ideas, solutions, and perspectives. This speeds up the process, and we don't have time to waste. And it's not just about diversity, it's about inclusion. It's not enough to open the door. You have to welcome the people who come through it and make sure they're safe. We have a responsibility as a society to ensure that everyone, regardless of their gender, skin color, sexual preference, or economic status, has the opportunity to contribute and that everyone's potential is realized. William & Mary knew that when we opened our doors to women in 1918, and when we finally integrated people of color so many years later. Human capital is our most precious resource. Everyone is welcome and needed on this amazing journey. Let me tell you about a woman named Katherine Johnson. She was born not too far from here in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, in 1918. She was known as the girl who loved to count. She was fascinated by numbers. By the time she was 10 years old, she was a freshman in high school, an amazing feat at a time when schools for African Americans usually stopped at 8th grade, if you were lucky enough to go to school at all. Katherine graduated from high school when she was 14, and after years as a teacher and a stay-at-home mom, she went to work for NASA's predecessor, the NACA, to calculate and measure results of wind tunnel tests right here at the Langley Research Center in Hampton. It was considered a tedious job, but not for Katherine and the other women who were hired at the time. So Katherine put her math skills to work as a counter, or in those days, they called these women computers. As a human computer, Katherine calculated the trajectory for the first American in space, Alan Shepard. Even after NASA began using electronic computers, John Glenn asked that she personally recheck the calculations made by new computers before his flight aboard Friendship 7. That's how valuable she was. She is one of the unsung women African American heroes of our country who didn't just carry on. She helped to carry the nation's space program, despite what she had to deal with living at that time in this place. She went to meetings where she wasn't invited and not totally welcome because she knew that she belonged and they needed her skills. Last November 24th, Katherine received the nation's highest civilian award, the Presidential Medal of Freedom, from President Barack Obama. I hope her story inspires you as much as it does me. In your life, there will be likely people who will tell you or give you a clear message. You aren't welcome here. You don't belong in this room. But you do belong. Channel your inner Katherine Johnson. You have a lot to contribute, and we need you to solve the tough challenges that we have as a society. Together, as a tribe, we can do anything. William & Mary is giving you the foundation to contribute so much and is making sure that you have the opportunity. I am so grateful that I had the opportunity and that I can be with you here today. Whether it's cracking open rocks in the geology department here at William & Mary, or falling in love with numbers, or serving in whatever direction your passions take you. Find your calling and pursue it with everything you've got. Remember to thank those who cheered you along the way, and then come full circle by giving back. That way the cycle will go on in all time coming. Thank you.